Episode 30 Pit Stop Podcast. We're going to talk to you about how to get dressed up for the holidays. No, just kidding. We're going to talk to you about hiring extra e-com help during the holidays. Check it out. Dude, Chris. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays, Merry Christmas.
What?
Christmas. I can't even say my name. That's basically my name. I couldn't just say my name. Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Feliz Navidad.
Jeez, I'm really not happy. I'm really not merry right now.
What are you talking about?
I mean, it's pretty obvious, don't you think?
You're talking about my ugly sweater. You told me to bring an ugly sweater in today, so I wore my ugliest sweater that I own.
It's hurtful.
Honestly, I was going to throw it out because it was, I don't know, for some reason, whenever I wore it, just like people started crying and just running away from me. So I was about to throw it out, but since you said figured I'd give it one more.
It's hurtful, is what it is. I mean, that guy looks happy and jolly. You know, I mean, frankly, he's a good looking guy. But it looks like he's having a good time, maybe at like a flea market or something. I don't know.
Like a confused Boy Scout leader or something. Lost. Trying to find your tribe.
Kyle, can you zoom in on this shirt here? I mean, this sweater. I don't think that's an ugly sweater, but I think it's like the opposite of ugly.
Agree to disagree. I mean, I think this is pretty, for lack of better words, an ugly sweater.
And for those of you who are listening to the podcast, you got to go to the video podcast, a video version of this, and check it out because this is a phenomenal sweater, right? No, where does one acquire a sweater like that?
I mean, it's pretty good fitting. I mean, I think my biceps show pretty well in this. Mm-hmm. But other than that, I mean, it's pretty ugly. So decided to wear it today. So
well, you're going to throw insults out, and try to hurt people's feelings. Well, I was kind of prepared for that too, because I thought you may try to, do something mean to me. And so, I went and brought my ugly sweater too. So.
Wow. Well played. Yeah. That's not ugly, actually.
I mean, look at this. It doesn't get much uglier than this.
That was a different time of my life. I'll give you that, but it's not ugly.
I mean, look at this.
My girlfriend loves looking at that face. Very much. At least she tells me that, unless she's lying.
Your girlfriend's gonna love looking at that face too, on that shirt.
Yeah, right. I don't know about that.
But anyway,
Well played.
Yeah. So
you guys can vote on who's got the uglier sweater.
Yes, you vote on who has the ugliest sweater. That's actually what we're gonna do. We're gonna set that up. We're gonna set a poll who has the uglier sweater, Chris or Aaron.
Feelings won't be hurt. Be honest.
No.
I mean, obviously it's gonna be me with the ugliest sweater. So
yeah. Anywho, we're not here to talk about ugly sweaters. We're here to talk about getting prepared for the holiday season, what you need to be doing, what you should be doing already, and also not just the holiday season, but during other peak seasons of the year, and in terms of staffing, right?
Yep.
And Chris, what are you seeing? What are your thoughts on this? For staffing purposes, where do you see our partners, staffing up on in areas that they should be thinking about? Yeah,
so I mean, you always want to be over-prepared. I think is a good thing versus under-prepared. Mm-hmm. And during the holiday season, it's the demand's higher, and you're getting more orders. You have to fulfill, package, ship, more orders, more hands on deck, and you're getting more phone calls, more emails. And so I think it's really important to hire this extra help. And there's actually some data out there saying 29% of e-commerce businesses plan to hire additional staff during the holiday season. So about 30%. And there's a reason behind that, because I mean, obviously if you get slammed and you're not able to keep up with orders, and I mean, a couple bad reviews here and there, I mean, that's going to really hurt you in the long run. So
yeah, and I think you said something really important there is, you're going to have this huge influx of consumers coming into the space, right? Between like a 45-day period, right? Give or take. And more consumers are online shopping, and you have to be prepared for that. And you have to be prepared for the emails. You have to be prepared for the phone calls, because you're going to get that influx. The consumers are coming into the space. Right. The fish are migrating. When the fish are migrating, have as many lines in the waters as possible. Try to reel them in, and just be able to handle as much fish as you can, right? And if you're not prepared for that, you could be setting yourself up for a bad following year because of all the negative feedback that you may receive. Customers are going to somebody else. They're not able to get somebody on the phone. They're not able to get their emails or their questions replied to in a timely manner. And especially in our industry, in the parts and accessories industry, we still have a limited amount of time between that purchase. Right. It's not like, once again, it's not like buying a car. There's less tire kickers in the parts and accessories business than there are in the sales side. And you're out there purchasing that part because that's your livelihood. You need to get out there and get back on the road.
Right. You need it immediately.
Exactly. So I think it's really important to be overstaffed, overprepared, and you can always cut somebody and send them home, and
right.
Just a fact of life in any business and industry.
Just let them know right up front that this is a seasonal position, and it's like no hard feelings. So it's just help when you need it, and then back to business as usual after that. So hiring extra staff is really important, because when you get this influx of demand and you're not able to keep up with this demand, you can get some angry customers, and all it takes is one or two bad reviews for your reputation to really be affected, and this can set you up for a bad 2019. It's
Yeah, once again, when the consumers are out there shopping, they're trying to find those deals online, and this is that time of year where there's just deals galore.
Yeah, competition is very fierce.
Yeah, and everybody's going to multiple sites, try to cross shop and so on. If you're providing a bad customer experience, then consumers are savvy. They'll go on to into forums and say, hey, you know what? If somebody is asking a question about, hey, how is XYZ, website, don't even bother. They don't answer phone calls. They don't respond to their chat. They don't, answer emails. It took 7 days for them to answer an email. Like, as a consumer, I don't care if you were busy packing up orders. I don't care.
Yeah.
I asked a question.
And the data shows that. It says businesses risk losing 22% of business when potential customers find one negative article on the first page of search results. And so forums is another, it's another medium where these people are talking, these consumers are talking. So whether they find it on the first page of Google or they see it in a forum, I mean, that's a big number, 22% of business lost.
And let's be clear about forums too. Like you can easily categorize like forums as like like social media, right? Twitter, Facebook, like it's out there, like it's on this public forum, anywhere out there where, not just an automotive forum, so people are talking on social media, people are talking on Facebook, they're talking on Twitter, they're talking on Instagram.
Right now about this ugly sweater I got. Hashtag ugliest sweater in the world. Sorry, continue.
Feelings hurt. Like just hurt. Anyway, but this is exactly what what happens. And other peak times to think about. There's other peak times other than November, December to think about in terms of hiring. March is always a busy month. Why is March a busy month? Because the tax returns. Everybody's getting their tax returns back. Mm-hmm. They're getting an influx of cash. Also, from a seasonality standpoint, like if you're in areas that get a lot of snow, and you're coming out of those seasons into March, April, May,
right?
Where your cars have taken a lot of wear and tear over the winter, and they need some work done on them. Auto body shops are looking to fulfill or get a lot of their repairs and stuff done.
Right.
And
you were about to say fulfill. So when you're hiring this extra staff, who are you hiring? And fulfillment, warehouse, and customer support, I think, are the two biggest ones that you need to be hiring for, especially customer support. I think it's probably the most important. Having somebody who can be on chat, on email, on phone, answering those three, texting is well, and communicating all the time to those potential consumers, and trying to convert some of those people that may have abandoned their cart and trying to convert them to into a customer. Right, or price shopping, which everybody's pretty much doing. They got 5 tabs open, and they're comparing prices and who's got the best return, shipping policy. And sometimes all it takes is entering into the conversation, even if your price is a little bit higher, but to give them a reason why they should give you their business. And so that's a huge opportunity to try to leverage this opportunity of all this demand to try to get some more conversions there.
Well, totally. And and you can take that, you can parlay that into following months, that extra staff, and depending on how well they do, you can incentivize them. And those communication personnel, incentivize them to convert more orders, give them some kickbacks or something on some of those things, and try to, if it works out really well for you, now you've created a position for them long term. And so those are some things to really think about. And getting into this season and thinking about the following year. And once again, March is a big month, May is a big month, July is a big month, but August is a pretty solid month. So those are months that you really need to think about in terms of staffing and staffing accordingly. I know a lot of people think, maybe in the summer it's maybe really not the best time to staff appropriately.
Our data says otherwise.
And don't bring your opinion to a data fight. So
facts.
Those are the facts, and you know what? Data don't care about your feelings.
Data does not care about your feelings.
Data don't care about your feelings.
Yeah.
So
just like I don't care that this is the ugliest sweater in the world.
Best sweater in the world. But anything else you want to add there, Chris, other than insulting me all day during this time of holiday cheer and in giving?
No, I mean that's
what I thought. Anywho, that's episode 30, Pit Stop Podcast. Until next time, we will see you later.
Don't forget to vote.